Hey there, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got another game here for you today. Another week of action football Sundays, and the Browns are taking on the Colts here in Baltimore. And let's see how we do. Baltimore coming into this game at 5-4. We are 4-5. Baltimore is favored by, I think, a point. This is a key game for us. Of course, we need a win. If we can get a win here, that might help us turn this season around. I'm not sure that if we lose more than 6 games this season that we're going to have much of a chance at reaching the playoffs. So that brings us up here, 1st and 10 here from looks like the Cleveland 27-yard line. And you can see here right away, even though we barely used these guys in the last 2 games, Logan and Rucker are both listed as 85% going forward. And that is something that I'm very, very concerned about. It's a complaint that I had that you'll listen to if you listen to that video I put out on Wednesday. Really, this is the biggest complaint that I have about Action PC football, because these guys, whether I'm playing with them or not, are coming out and showing us fatigued every single time out, and this is with season fatigue turned off. So, I mean, your guess as to what is actually happening is as good as mine. We'll do a little pass over here to Ozzie Newsome to start off when we get called for the false start, and that means that it's now 1st and 15, and we'll stay in this formation. They were doubling Logan, looking for basic. They're probably looking for us to pass, so I think we'll run it here. We'll do a little run to Mike Pruitt. Let's just see if we can get a little bit forward. For a little bit of a hole, he ends up gaining about 3 yards in that play, and that's about it. Brings up 2nd down and 12. And let's try to go here to Newsome now on the slant. Just see if we can get a gain here. We get a complete up the gut to Newsome, who's hit right away. It's stripped. Logan ends up recovering that. There's a gain of 7 on the play. It's marked where Ozzie Newsome caught it. That means it's 3rd and 5 now. You can see now Ozzie Newsome is fatigued, and this is part of the problem. So we might as well use one of these guys while they're out here. I mean, but this is just ridiculous. It causes you to make ridiculous decisions. Sipe throws a bad pass, and that brings up 4th and 5, and we are forced to punt. And so we will punt. So, I mean, your guess is as good as mine as to how the fatigue system in Action PC football actually works. The problem that I've had that I talked about on Wednesday is that if I play with the fatigue system completely off, then things are not very realistic. If I play with it on, then I run into this situation where no matter how little I use these players, they end up fatigued in every single game. So, I mean, I don't know what to do. You figure it out. You let me know what the right thing to do is. We're going to go back to the zone, and we will look for just a basic defense. Let's see how we do. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. It's a run to McCauley, and we are able to stop him. Gain of 3 yards, it looks like, and that brings up 2nd and 7. We go back to the 3-4 again. As usual, we'll look for basic defense again. I think that they might pass it here. No, it's going to be a run to Dickey, and we're able to stop him for, it looks like, a gain of 4. 3rd and 3 now for the Colts. And we'll look for basic again here. Once again, just sort of feeling them out here in the beginning of the game. It is a run to Dickey. He gets the 1st down. Gain of 5. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 here for Baltimore. And 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 41-yard line. And so I think we're going to look here for a pass. Let's see what they do. And now they're going to run it to Washington. And he's got a little bit of an outside room, but Alzado is able to recover and make the tackle. That brings up 2nd and 6 here. And I think we'll look for the run here. And, of course, the moment we do this, they pass. So that's my fault for not anticipating very well. Gain of 10 on that pass for Baltimore. A little short hitch pass to Carr, and he gets that 1st down. And let's see if they pass here again. Now it's a run this time to McCauley, and he gets a gain of about 3 yards. It brings up 2nd and 7. Let's see if we can catch him here. There's a run now to Washington, and I was looking for the run. I'm not exactly sure what happened here in this play. I want to look at the replay really quick. So what goes on here with these linebackers, right? We're looking for the run, and they just stand there. I mean, okay, so I see that we missed a tackle. We missed 2 tackles, which didn't really show up on the chalkboard. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? All right, 1st and 10. And let's see if we can stop them again here, see if they're going to run. Yeah, okay. We actually played run defense that time, and we got them for no gain. That brings up 2nd and 10 now. Ball from the Cleveland 28-yard line. And they do pass it, and it's complete to McCall, and he's tackled as soon as he catches. A gain of 16 yards in that play. 1st and 10 now for the Colts in scoring range. And let's see if they run it again here. They do. They run it to Franklin, and we get the tackle on him, loss of 1. So that's probably the first really good thing that's happened on defense for us so far. They've been passing on 2nd down, so let's see if they do it again. And they do. And it ends up being an incomplete pass to McCall after Jones couldn't find an open man. So now it's 3rd down. We're going to run a basic defense, and I'll run this into short zone because I don't believe that they're going to pass. It's a false start. Now I think they're going to pass. 3rd and 16. Now I think they're going to pass. Making that 3-3 nickel. Short zone. We'll do pass. I hope I hit pass, not prevent. And it doesn't matter anyway. Carr's got it in there for a touchdown, and that makes it 7-0 Colts. And boy, this season is liable to become over in a jiffy here if we don't get something going on offense. 7-0 Baltimore, and that was a pretty bad defensive possession for us. This is a yeah, we're going to down it. This is a touchback for us. 1st and 10 now, and let's see what we can do. So yeah, as you can see here, features back in the game after we targeted Reggie Rucker for 1 play. So this is part of the problem that we've been having, right? And this is part of the problem that I've noticed with this game, which is that the fatigue system is bizarre and seems only to apply to the human control team. So we end up gaining 1 yard on the 1st down run to Pruitt. It brings up 2nd and 9. And Logan, despite not being targeted on that one, ends up a little bit more fatigued. So we'll go to Charlie White on the other side. See if we can establish some sort of running game. Charlie White gains 2 yards. It brings up 3rd and 7. And this will force us here probably to throw a pass out to Dave Logan. Let's see if we can get him. And instead, there's no open man. Sipe tries to dump it off to Pruitt. They were double teaming a feature, actually. And so that brings up another 3rd and out. And so we punt. That's a really good punt by Evans. Wow. Punt of 43 yards brings it back to the Baltimore 34-yard line. Let's see if we can actually stop him this time around. See if we can stop the run. The run to Washington, he's got nowhere to go. Darden makes the tackle. He ends up gaining 3 anyway on that, despite the fact that the entire defense was there looking for him. We'll look for a run again, but they may pass it here again, and they do pass it on 2nd down again. Now it's 3rd and 7. Now the problem with passing it there on 2nd down is that you kind of have to pass if you're Baltimore here on 3rd. 3rd and 7, and so we drop back in that nickel. A little dump off to Washington, and he runs over everybody and gets the 1st down anyway. gains 7 yards after making the catch, 1st down. So, I mean, that makes sense because we were in a short zone. You know, it makes sense that once he was able to sort of get past, you know, the initial wave of guys that he'd probably have open field, but still pretty bad performance on our part, I would say. 2nd and 8 now, and there's another run over here to Franklin. And Franklin's got it. Looks like he bobbled it a little bit. Nowhere to go. And Hall blasts him there for a 4-yard loss. That brings up 3rd down. We're going to go back into that nickel and see if we can stop him. And we do stop him. That's an incomplete pass. So it brings up 4th and 12. Hey, we may have a chance in this game after all. And here is the punt up by Bragg. That's going to be down for a fair catch, and that brings up 1st and 10 for us. And you see now we have Wright and Feature back in the game. So, you know, despite the fact that Wright and Feature, like never played in real life, they get all of these snaps in this game because the game's fatigue settings have determined that our running or our wide receivers who actually have capabilities can no longer play. So this is one of the things that is definitely deterring me from continuing this project. This is not fun at all. In fact, this is really, really frustrating, and we're going to try a pass here to Ricky Feature, but it really is a problem. It really is a problem. It's something that needs to be looked at before we can really take this game seriously. Complete pass to feature for a gain of 10, 1st and 10 now. And Ozzie Newsome now is also tiring and is going to have to come out soon. So, yeah, there are problems. The pass ends up being complete to Pruitt. Again, as other people have noticed here, with this version, the 2022 version of Action PC Football, it does seem that there are too many passes that are complete to the running back who's going up the middle. I mean, it's like an inordinate number of passes that wind up complete to the running back. So, yeah, I mean, your guess as to why that is as good as mine. 3rd and 3. Let's see if we can get Pruitt to get this on a dive. No, it's going to be second quarter, and the second quarter starts now. So we'll try a little hitch pass over there to Wright because he is on the field. And it's complete, and it's a good pass by Sipe. And he ends up gaining 12 yards on the play, and that brings up 1st and 10 now at the Cleveland 48-yard line. And let's see if we can keep this going. So when I change formations and these guys are available to me again, they don't look quite as fatigued as they looked before. And that is an incomplete pass there to Pruitt as Sipe was looking to dump it off again. That brings up 2nd down. And let's see if we can find Dave Logan with a pass. And there he is, right up the gut. And there's another 1st down for Cleveland. So gain of 11. 1st and 10 now at the Baltimore 41. And let's see if we get a little run to Mike Pruitt here. I don't know what it was that the defense was showing, but whatever they were showing is not what happened. So that was a gain of 2. Yeah, they were looking for a pass. And see, now you have Adams on here because we targeted feature too much. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Adams barely plays in 1980 in real life. And he gains the 1st down, gain of 11. So he catches the ball, which is what we wanted him to do. And here's Ozzie Newsome now, 1st and 10 from where are we, the 28-yard line. And that's a bad pass by Sipe, but they're going to call pass interference, and that'll bring the ball up to the Baltimore 20-yard line, 1st and 10. And I mean, passing it has been working so far. So let's see if we can get Adams again. And it's complete to Adams, and there's a gain of basically nothing, gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4. And we'll run it here to Pruitt on the left side. I should probably be checking and seeing where good blockers are at. And that gives him nothing. That probably is the right side that we have the effective run blocking. All right, 3rd down, and we will pass it over here quickly to Keith Wright. And that's a bad pass. It's tipped. That's the reason why. And that means that we get to kick the field goal here on 4th and 5. Out comes Don Cockcroft. And it's good. That makes the score 7-3 now, Baltimore, and we'll kick this one off deep. So we were able to manage an offense despite being absent our starters. And that's the thing, you know, if we look back for probably the last 4 games in a row, we've been forced to use our not so effective reserve players. We're running it to Washington again. And I mean, no matter what happens, he's gaining tons and tons of yards. Gains 3 yards on the play after fumbling. They mark it where he fumbled the ball. That brings up 2nd and 7, and I think they're going to pass. They do. And that's an incomplete pass and player injured. 3rd and 7 now, and you know that they're going to pass this time. We'll go into short zone, see what happens. And they just pass it straight over the zone to Washington, who runs all day long. And that is a 40-yard gain for the Colts. Brings up 1st and 10 here at the Cleveland 21-yard line. All right, so let's see if they're going to pass it here again. It's an incomplete pass. That one's knocked down by Bolton. Brings up 2nd down now. 2nd and 10 from the 21. And they end up passing it again, which is kind of strange when you've got Washington. And so that brings up 3rd down and must pass for them. Let's see what happens. That's another incomplete pass. That one was dropped by Butler. So we're going to try to block this kick and see if we can stay in this ball game. That kick is no good. That is wide to the right. And that gives us the ball here at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. We're going to go back into I formation, and we're going to have a little hitch pass over to Wright, who is not a very good receiver. And he is able to complete the pass. Good pass by Sipe, and he ends up gaining about 5 yards afterwards, 13-yard gain. And that means that, there we go. For some reason, I don't fully understand how that flex works. Here we can throw it to feature here if we want. Sipe did have 251 yards in his last game, as you saw. That is complete to feature, right up the gut for another 1st down. Gain of 15, and that brings up 1st and 10 now from the 49-yard line. And now we should, in theory, be able to run it to Pruitt on the right side. Let's see what happens. And that kind of works. He gains 5 yards, which is better than what the average says. Brings up 2nd down and 5. Let's see if we can get Ozzie Newsome open. Medium pass, but that was more like a long pass. I mean, medium pass that goes 20 yards. 24-yard pass complete to Newsome, 1st down. And we'll run it again to Pruitt on the right side. Give him a little bit of running room here. And he moves the pile. That looks like they were looking for that run. They were looking for a pass, but they were playing tight. That's the reason why everybody was up on the line. Let's try this here with Charlie White with a sweep on the right side, because I don't think they're going to look for this. And that works. In fact, does he get the 1st down? He does. Gains 6-yard 1st down, exactly what we wanted to see. And now that they're guessing, let's see if we can get it here to Newsome on a short pass. No, we can't. It says Sipe is sacked. 2nd down. I don't know why we're going back to the split back formation either. I thought I had us in the... Anyway, that's another one of these sort of weird kind of bugs with this game where it takes you out of your formation. You want to stay in the I formation, it takes you out of it for no reason. Sipe has nowhere to go, so he completes it to Pruitt right over the middle of the gut. Gain of 9. Encroachment on the defense is the call, and we're going to decline that. We'll just take the gain. Brings up 3rd and 5. See, now we're still in the tight in the I formation. And look, we have Odin on here now. McDonald Odin. So, yeah, I mean, why? I don't get it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can just pitch it over here to the right-hand side and see if we can fool them a little bit. Doesn't quite work that well. That gains us to 4th and 3. Now we have to kick the field goal. But the nice thing is that Don Cockcroft can actually hit a field goal when it's from inside 20 yards. So that's a good thing. He hits this one, and now it's Baltimore 7, Cleveland 6. So we're using up the clock. We're playing fairly well, getting 1st downs despite, yeah, okay, this isn't good. Touchdown for the Colts after that kickoff, and it is going to be 14-6 Baltimore here in a second. I was about to say we were doing pretty well in this game until that happened. So, yeah, that's a special teams error, and just like that, we are in trouble now. 14-6 Colts, and that's really due to no fault of our own, I would say. And it's 1st and 10, and I'm going to go back to this I formation, and let's do a run to the right-hand side again, and there's a false start on us on the offense, just like that. All right, well, we'll try the same thing. Let's see what happens. Pruitt grabs it and is able to run a little bit and gains 4 yards. That's not too bad. That's kind of what we were hoping for. And that brings up 2nd and 11. And now we've got to figure out which one of these receivers can catch the ball. Apparently, neither of them can get open. It's 3rd and 11 now. And we're going to go with a sort of crazy formation here. Let's have some fun. The complete pass to Dave Logan, but he's nowhere near the 1st down. Gain of 9. That brings up 4th and 2. And all right. This is kind of a crazy play to call here in this position, but let's go for it anyway. Might as well have some fun. And Pruitt does get the 1st down. Gain of 4 yards as we called for a dive play right up the middle. And that is the 2-minute warning. Yeah, I think we're going to do one of these again. We're going to do kind of a crazy play. So it's still confusing to me as to why my lead wide receivers are taken out of it if their fatigue rating is around like 85 or 86%, right? Like, okay, so if that's what their fatigue is like, why are they not like an option for me normally? And I have to go to a different formation to be able just to see them. I mean, it's a little bit strange. Couldn't quite see what happened on that play because I've got this guy's face in my way. Gain of 6 on that play. We'll take a look at this. That's a timeout there by Baltimore. Take a look at that there. And yeah, it was a dumped pass there to right for the completion. So there you have it. And we'll do something a little bit more conventional, I think, here. Try a little pass to Adams, keep the ball in the air, and of course, Sipe gets sacked again, as he has this tendency to do. That brings up 3rd and 10, and we're going to go to back to crazy formation and just try to get a first down. Reggie Rucker's got it and doesn't quite have that first down. 45 seconds left, and we probably should call a timeout. All right, let's see if Mike can do this for us again. Yep, he's got it. That's a no, it's just short. Gain of 1, but it's just short. Well, that was worth a try, I think. So Baltimore's got the ball now, and we're going to look for them to pass. And it's complete down there to Washington, who has the screen pass and then runs for another 10 yards afterwards for a first down. And looks like, yeah, the Colts do call a timeout there. And we're going to look for another pass. And that one is dropped, thankfully, by Reese McCall. That brings up 2nd and 10. Look for another pass. And that's another one complete to Washington. So I'm starting to think that we might need to take the blitz instructions completely off here because they keep completing these passes that go right above our blitzers to the running back. And I would rather not see that happen. Of course, we take the blitz off, and what do we do? The next thing happens is we sack him for a 9-yard loss. All right, the Colts take their final timeout. Of course, we're not going to take a timeout here because we get the ball back. They're going to try a field goal here on 2nd and 19. And that is up and no good. Gives us the ball back with 6 seconds left. We're going to go to an insane formation. We're just going to throw this ball as far as we can and see what happens. And it's an incomplete pass deep into the window Rucker, and he is not able to catch it, and that is the end of that. I'm sorry, we kick off here. I thought that, no, that is right. We received the kickoff in the beginning of the game. I forgot about that. Getting my games confused. So 1st and 10 for the Colts again. We get to go back out once again and face this offense, and let's see if they run it here from the I formation. Instead, they're going to take a penalty for, oh no, we will for encroachment. Interesting. And there was no play run at all. This time, I'm pretty sure they're going to run. And they do run over to Washington, takes the pitch out, and we look for the run, and we still can barely stop him. And that brings up 2nd and 1, and you know exactly what they're going to do. And let's see if we can stop them at least. One of those things that drives you nuts, you call the right play, and you can't stop them anyway. And it happens again. You know what play they're going to call, and you try to call something to stop it, and it doesn't work. And so now that we've established, as I think others have discovered in this game, that if you just run the ball, you can run it through just about everything. Jones with the pitch play to Pratt. Is that even legal? Bob Pratt is a guard. So wait a second. So their quarterback is allowed to pitch it to his guard? A loss of 1, but I don't think that was a legal play. All right. Well, we'll take that. 2nd and 11 now, and we know they're going to pass. It's complete to Butler. Burrell's there to make the tackle. That's a gain of only 4, but it's still a game. That'll bring up 3rd and 7, and they're going to pass it again. We know that. And that's an incomplete pass there to Washington again. Once again, every single time the quarterback is in trouble, his instinct in this game, for whatever reason, regardless of the team, is to dump it off to the running back of all the things he could do. And I say that because, I mean, we have watched, we've played against quarterbacks who have been good runners, and they do the same thing. You know, it's kind of strange. It's kind of an odd thing about action PC football that you see so many of these passes to the running back right up the gut. So now we tried this. Oh, that was awful. We try a pitch out here to Pruitt, and they were keying him. He ends up fumbling. He doesn't even catch the ball, and Newsome recovers it, but it's marked at the 18 where it was originally fumbled. That is a loss of 4. And I mean, the running game is just not working today again. And there's a sack on Sipe, loss of 8. Man, 3rd and 22, and this is pretty bad. All right, we're going to go back into the shotgun and see if we can throw it to, a receiver who can actually catch the ball. Actually, no, we're not in the shotgun. I'm sorry. I must have clicked on it wrong. False start on the offense. That brings up 3rd and 27 now. Now it will let me in the shotgun, and we're going to try the same thing again. And that is a complete pass to Reggie Rucker, who doesn't really run a medium route. He kind of runs a short route. Ends up gaining 14 yards in the play, and we are here to punt. So there's a lot of, as I've said before, and part of my sort of criticism of this game, there's a lot of confusion here about, what makes a short pass different from a medium pass, right? Because I've seen a lot of short passes that end up going, in the air for 15 yards, and medium passes like that one that look like they're short passes. And then you see other medium passes that are for like 25 yards. So, what's the difference? All right, 1st and 10 for the Colts. Still only 14-6 Colts. We're still within range here. It's going to be given over to Franklin as we're looking for the run, and he still gains 4 yards on us. That brings up 2nd and 6. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if the Browns just had really poor running defense or what, or if it's the fact that I'm calling for a run with the 3-4 defense. That's what they played in real life. Another run that we look for, another gain of 3, brings up 3rd and 3, and that means that they probably are going to run it again. We're going to play basic defense in case they do pass. Now they do run it to Franklin, who we're able this time to stop for only a gain of 1. That brings up 4th and 2. We'll try to return this punt, assuming that they actually do punt. Let's return it because we have good return men. And that's returned for 6. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Cleveland 11-yard line. We'll try to run it to Pruitt again because I know that the offense really only works when we're able to get some sort of yardage on the ground, and we're just not getting it, man. We've got 50 yards out of 18 rushes today, 2.8 yards per carry. That's not going to do it. Let's see if we can get Keith Wright to do something right. That is a complete pass to Wright, but he can't gain any yards after the catch. Gain of 6 brings up 3rd and 3. We'll see if Pruitt can just get us this on a dive play. And he comes up short, brings up 4th and 2. And we're going to end up probably having to punt here. And so it's another possession where we end up going about 8 yards, and that is the end of it. And there's a little bit of a return there. Brings the ball up to the Cleveland 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Colts. And let's see what we can do to stop them. As you can see, I've turned the blitz off in hopes of stopping them from just flinging the ball over our heads. And it's been working so far. So they only gained 1 on that run. That brings up 2nd down here. And instead of blitzing anybody, I think we're going to play it sort of safe. We're going to play a short zone, look for the pass. Yeah, and so there's a poor pass to Ray Butler, who just drops it. And it was an audible called on that play, which is perfectly fine. We're going to do the same thing again. And it brings up 3rd and 9. I see this time they try to, hit it up the gut, but we have guys back to prevent it because we took the blitz off, and that brings up fourth down. And of course, they're going to try to run it. They're probably going to get it. Get out of my face. Uh, okay. So that was a pass to Washington in the flat on 4th and 2, and it was complete, and the game glitched out instead of showing me the actual play. All right, 1st and 10 here for Baltimore. You can see there are reasons why I have some reluctance in continuing with this game because it keeps glitching out on like this on me, and I'm really first couple of games is okay, but after this is game 10 of the season, I'm starting to get really sick of that happening. Another run by Washington for 1. That brings up 3rd and 7. I've got to ask those who I've been talking with on Facebook and on the forums about this. I mean, where is the logic behind this? How come when I turn the fatigue ratings on, the computer is still able to run the ball to the same guy every single down, and I can't stop him? Right? I mean, I don't know. Thankfully, that time the pass again to Washington, that would have been, I think, the 7th play in a row directly to Washington is dropped. Right, but I mean, it's ridiculous. There are problems here that need to be solved, and I think are in desperate need of being worked on. This time, the Colts field goal is good, no problem. 17-6 Colts, and let's see if we can get some sort of return. And that one's deep in the end zone for a touchback. Sometimes they show it, sometimes they don't. I don't understand the difference. All right, we're gonna go back into I formation. Let's go back to Mike Pruitt. Let's see if we can gain some sort of yardage. Nope. We gain nothing on that. They were looking for the run. Let's do it again. Gain of nothing, no. Sadness. And see, they were looking for us to run it again. Interesting. Of course, if I were playing against this team, I would look for that too, considering that we have no good wide receivers out. We're forced to pass, and it's passed to Wright, who makes the catch and then promptly fumbles it, and it is now 1st and 10 for the Colts as we lose the ball on that possession. So they run it again to Franklin, who gains 2 yards on that. That brings up 2nd and 8. Let's just run a basic play in case they decide to run it instead. It's an attempted pass, and that is incomplete. It's kind of strange to see the tackle way down there. I'm not sure exactly what that was supposed to be. It brings up 3rd and 8, and we're going to look for a pass. Instead, they're going to run a draw to Washington, which is a crazy call. Gain of 1. And now we'll see if they can hit another field goal from about 27 yards out. And this looks like it's good. No, that is no good. That is no good. Blown away in the wind. So thankfully the fumble doesn't do too much damage to us. It's still so strange to me that when I go to the 4 wide receiver setup, these guys are showing as being available. Right? Yeah, you see they're at 85%. Well, yeah, we want Rucker in, and we want Logan to be in. Then, if they're going to be at 85%, let's pass it to them. Let's use them. I mean, we have 1:15 left in the 3rd quarter, and they haven't played at all this game, right? Except when I've chosen 4 wide receiver formations that have put them in. There's a pass right away complete to Logan, who I thought was fatigued, who goes all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. So go figure that one out. 79-yard pass, return or catch for Dave Logan, and with this field goal will be Baltimore 13, Cleveland. Or I'm sorry, Baltimore 7 and Cleveland 13, and we'll kick that one deep. That's all it took. I don't know, man. I don't know. This game, I tell you, from time to time, I look at it and I think this is crazy. Illegal block on the receiving team, 15-yard penalty. So that brings the Colts back to their own 9-yard line, 1st and 10. And let's look for that run again. I think that's what they're going to do. Now they're going to have a false start here to start things off. Man, when it rains, it pours. All right, we're going to look for another pass here, and we'll see what happens. Now they're going to run out of the I formation to Franklin for a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and 12. 50 seconds left. We'll do a basic call because I think they might run it out of here. No, we get the sack. Is that a safety? That is a safety. Oh, man. 2 points for Cleveland. That makes it 17-15 Colts. And we get to catch this little free kick, which is very, very poorly animated. And that's a 60-yard kick, 15-yard return. That gives it to us at the 35-yard line. The numbers are realistic. That is true. All right, we're going to do a slant pass here to Rucker because they're going to be looking for us to run it. Instead, Sipe is going to do something ill-advised. He will run it for 5. That brings up 2nd and 5. And yeah, they were King Pruitt. They thought for sure that we were going to run it there. And we'll try another pass here to Dave Logan and try to get him involved with the offense. And instead, Sipe throws it to Pruitt, who looks like he rides about 4 or 5 different guys. How many missed tackles are those? 2 different missed tackles, gain of 27 for Pruitt. And now we will try for another pass to Reggie Rucker. 1st and 10. There's a penalty on that play. That's a pass interference. That is a pass interference, 8-yard penalty, automatic first down. Yeah, it'll take them out if they're down at 79%. But see, I don't understand this, right? Ozzie Newsome's at 90% fatigue, but we're taking him out anyway. How do I go change that? How do I make it so that the computer doesn't do that anymore, right? And now there's another weird thing where I'm not quite sure what happened there. There was a complete pass to Ozzie Newsome, and then the running back took it up forward. We gained 13 yards on the play, which is the important thing. Man, I tell you, there's so many bugs in this game. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. All right, we're going to run it here to Mike Pruitt. Run it to the left side because we haven't done that for a long time. And we gain nothing. Congratulations. They're looking for us, though, to run it to Pruitt. So we will try a screen pass to Mike Pruitt. Let's see if we can gain yards this way. And instead, the ball is thrown incomplete and thrown very poorly. That brings up 3rd down and 3rd down on Ozzie Newsome, I think. That's complete to Newsome easily for the 1st down and for the touchdown as he waltzes into the end zone. Makes it 21-17 Browns, and here comes the extra point. 22-17 Browns. And we'll kick this one deep. What happened there? It's a touchback, right? It's a glitchy touchback where it looks like who knows what happened. So we have the lead, and they end up passing here on 1st down. Now, it's a screen pass to Washington again. I tell you, every single time they have come with the same sort of play to the running back, and they keep trying to go straight to Washington. That brings up 2nd down, and now they have to pass, 2nd and 10. I know that there's a new version of this game coming out soon, and hopefully they have this logic fixed because, I mean, there's been a lot of this sort of crazy play calling and tons of passes to running backs. There's another pass to a running back straight up, and he ends up gaining 10 yards for the 1st down, right? And the thing that drives me nuts about that is that we look for a pass, and it doesn't matter. I have us in a 4-3 on accident. I should have changed that. And we're able to stop Franklin this time for no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10, and they're going to be back. I think they're going to try to run it again. Let's see. Now they call a pass, and it's complete to Butler. Burrell's able to make the tackle. Gain of 9, and I'm thankful for that because this way we can sort of play really close and try to stop this run. And so to gain the 1 yard, they run backwards about 6. They gain 3 yards on that play. 1st and 10 now, 9:27 left. I think we're going to do a basic defense just in case they pass it here, and they do pass. Complete to the tight end, McCall, who is able to run for a little bit after that play. 1st down, gain of 11. That brings up 1st down for them, of course. From the Cleveland 47-yard line. Let's see if they run it here again from the I formation. Looks like they're going to do that. Now they end up passing it to Washington, who's able to sort of beat our man, gain 7. 10 tackles today for Dick Ambrose. I've seen a lot of that sort of thing from us as we've played. 2nd down and 2 and 3, I'm sorry. And they're going to run it to Dickey, and we tackle him for no gain. Gain of 1, 3rd and 2 now. And we're going to keep with that short zone. We're just going to play basic defense. Let's see what they do. They're going to run it again to Dickey, and he is, I think, stopped. No, they gained 3, and so they do keep the drive alive. 1st and 10 now, and there's only so much that you can do in this game. And that's ridiculous. Pass to another running back. How many of these passes? This is what I want to look at. What percentage of completed passes here have been complete to running backs? I mean, this is just absolutely obscene. The number of completed passes to running backs in this individual game alone is just ridiculous statistic. It's absolutely nuts. Even with 4 wide receivers, I'm expecting them to throw it to the running back, and that's what they do. They throw it to Washington, even with 4 wide receivers. Luckily for us, no, that is a first down. It's a gain of 7. I mean, so go figure. This is the concern that I have with this game going forward. This logic is ridiculous. There's a penalty on this play, gain of 5 for them, and that's holding on the offense. That helps make that one make sense. They're still going at this 4 wide receiver setup. 1st and 20 now. That's a pass complete to Burke up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of, looks like, about 14. Brings up 2nd and 6. All right, we'll look for a pass again. And they don't call the passing interference now since Davis was all over the guy. That brings up 3rd and 10. Or, sorry, 3rd and 6. And they're going to pass it again as if it were 3rd and 10. There's another pass to the running back, and this time it's tackled. Loss of 2, but it's offside on us on the defense. It brings up 3rd and 1 this time. And we're actually going to do a basic defense in case they call a little run. And they are going to call a run. It's not going to matter because there's nobody over there. And it is tackled by Darden, who makes a good play, but not after they gain 5. Not until after they gain 5. And we'll just look for a pass. 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. A little bit crazy in this one, right? Every single time. See, the thing is, I can't target. I guess I could target the running back for a pass. I think I can. But no, I can't do it if I'm in a zone defense, right? Yeah, you could do it if you're in man-to-man. But when we're in a zone, we can't. Well, that's the thing. Every single time the one person who's open is the running back. And so when they try to pass it to wide receivers, nobody catches the ball. We make a good play. That brings up 4th and 15. But when they try to pass it to the running back, he's always open. So they make the field goal, 22-20 now Browns, and we're going to look for the onside kick. Nope, they do kick it deep, which is really good for us. 1st and 10, and we will runners from the I formation, and I can tell them to stay inbounds. It's not going to matter. We'll do a run to Mike Pruitt, and I bet you anything they're going to be looking for us to run here every down. Yeah. 1 yard loss. That's exactly what they were looking for. Now we're going to slow this. Well, we can't slow this down because they call timeout. Normally, I would have us slow it down, but instead we'll pass it to Reggie Rucker and see if we can just wait this game out. It's complete to Reggie. It was a gain of 9. 3rd and 2 now. We'll try a pass to the other big wide receiver, to Logan. That's complete to him. That's probably the first down that we need now that Baltimore only has 1 timeout left. 108 yards receiving today for Rucker, 335 yards passing for Saib. All right. We're going to call Pruitt for a run right up the gut. He gains 1. That'll be their final timeout, and that's what we wanted to see. Let's try for another hitch pass over to Logan. Unfortunately, it's incomplete. I think we need to get a first down here. And that wind up being a dump pass over to White for a gain of 3. All right. 4th and 6. We kind of have to punt. And the punt is away, and it is stopped. 3-yard return. That puts it at 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 17-yard line, and they're going to try to pass, I think, every single down. It's completed to Butler. It's tackled by Burrell. Yeah, he actually steps out of bounds, so Burrell was unable to prevent him from stepping out. And we'll just do a normal zone here, I think. And they're going to run it to Washington. That's an interesting call. He doesn't get the first down, I think. Short by a few inches. Yeah. They don't have any timeouts. What kind of call was that? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, okay, well, we'll call a basic run or a basic defense because I'm pretty sure they're going to run. They do run. I mean, they get the first down, right? But that's really odd. How much time are they going to run off the clock trying to play this game out? All right, 1st and 10. You know that they're going to look to pass, and they do pass. It's another. This time it's complete to the wide receiver who actually gains yardage. How about that? We haven't seen that happen much. Gain of 23 on that play for the Colts. Let's see if we can stop him again. I probably should stop doing the short zone, especially since it looks like they're trying to throw longer passes. That makes 2nd and 10 now with a minute left. We'll just do the normal zone. And that was a little bit odd. So that's a dump pass over to Washington in the backfield for a loss of 3 as he decides to run from the bottom up to the top. So from the left side to the right side, looking to go out of bounds. That's bizarre logic. And we have 3rd and 13 now. All right. We get one more stop and this game's over. 2 more, I guess. There's one. Terrible pass. Brings up 4th and 13. And there's another bad pass deflected by Bolton. Great. So now we have the ball, and now all we have to do is we go into victory formation and we run a draw play. I should say be safe with the ball. I know. See if we regret this in the end. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Slow and stay in. Play safe. Go to Pruitt again for another draw. This play won't even come off. This will be the end of the game, and there you have it. The Browns win this one 22-20. And man, so this game, I think, as I was telling you all along, highlights a lot of the problems with Action PC football. As you can see, we had a real hard time of it. Pruitt only averaged 1.3 yards per carry, which is awful, absolutely atrocious. Because of fatigue, we had to pass a lot to Wright and to where we feature and Adams, none of whom were very good at catching the ball. We were able to get back because I put Logan back out there and we had the big 79-yard catch. It worked for us in the end. We had good defense. We got that safety. 22-20 win, which makes me feel pretty good. But yeah, I have some concerns. You should probably have some concerns as well. I'll see you next week. Bye.